Hey everyone, it's Mary Beth from mbgraydesigns. So I am live and I'm going to give some people some time to join and then I'll go over what we will be working on. And if you are watching the replay, feel free to fast forward the video. Hey Lauren, how are you, honey? Hope you're having a good weekend. Trying to get this to, we're going to do something different tonight. Not sure if we'll have too many people. I don't know. Hi, Gwen. How are you? Oh, good. Hi, Anjali. So what I'm going to be doing is a little bit different. So I'm going to show you some things. So I binge watch, by the way, like real artists. Oh, it's hot outside. Girl, it is so hot here. I can't even take it. It's ridiculous. So anyways, I love watching YouTube artists. This is what I watch a lot of. Love, 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 love them. And Karen Campbell's one that I've been following for a long time. I followed the art Sherpa a while ago, so I've done a lot of acrylic painting. And then recently, recently in like last 6 months, I started doing some drawing and kind of took a break of it and kind of picked it back up again. And so, the 90s. So anyway, I was going to show you a couple of I'm not an artist. Disclaimer to everybody. I am not an artist. I'm an artist wannabe. How about that? And so I'll show you. So I've been drawing these girls and they're so much fun, And so I thought it would be fun to draw one together. You know what I mean? And so like this one's done with alcohol markers. I think a lot of these are. She's one I did not too long ago. And there's so many mistakes that I don't like them. But you know what? I just keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Here's some of my what do you call these things? Swatches. Let me get those out of the way. And then I'll show you kind of like what materials I have and that sort of thing. I did her today. And hair. I'm really bad at hair. It's like the one well, I'm bad at all of it, but hair is really hard for me. And so I just keep telling myself, just keep trying, just keep swimming. So anyway, hey Candy. So with her hair, it like went down into my husband's like, what is that? Like a peach down? Like, no, that's her hair, So I mean, oh my God, but I'll tell you what, I know, look at the purple. It's so like relaxing to me, And she was kind of fun. I liked her. I think I did watercolor for her. She was marker. This is for Denise Lipsy. She cute. And then this one I just recently did. So anyway, I thought it would be fun to to make a girl together. So, some of them I was using this marker. So it depends on what medium you're going to use, right? If you're going to use alcohol markers or watercolor or whatever, you know what I mean? So you got to decide that first. Hey, Kraft making mama. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kim. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So I went, okay, let me back it on up. So before we go into paper, so I was lucky enough to be sent some Spectrum Noir pastels. Okay. And I was like, oh my God, you're so nice to send that to me. And so anyways, since then, I love them so much. I started going on an alcohol marker frenzy. So the Ohuhu, which was just released, these are their brush tip markers. So they have the brush tip versus that little nib, and then of course the chisel. These just came out not too long ago, and there were a lot of YouTubers that, Ohuhu sent it to them, and then they gave them like a I don't know if it was like a 10 or 20% or 10% off coupon. And so I did that the day that they released them. So I ended up getting these for $29.99 on Amazon. So free shipping because I have Prime, right? So that was cool. So I thought, awesome, I'll add to my collection. Obviously, I'm not brand specific, right? And I also found, I was watching people talk about these Studio 71 markers. There's 48 of them. And for the life of me, I got them on Amazon. I know they weren't super expensive or anything, but I cannot for the life of me remember what I paid. But, there's the colors on those. And so I did swatch all these out as well. And then yesterday, I went to a local art store and, oh, okay. So they don't sell, I just don't feel like I have good skin tone colors. And I'm terrible with shading and all that. Anyway, I need all the help I can get, right? So they sell them by, they don't sell a kit, like, you have to buy them individually, which is fine. But they didn't, I don't know why, but they were out of a lot of their colors. And so I picked what I could, but I'm not really super happy with, I love them. These are first Copic sketch markers I've ever had. And they're amazing to work with. Like, I just used them for the first time, but I didn't really get like the best color choices that I wanted, but at least got these. So I picked those up. Well, while I was there, you guys, I picked up, I don't have many colored pencils. And so I was looking at these Prismacolor pencils, but I didn't want to spend, they're kind of expensive. But anyways, I'm looking at them and they're $79.99 at this local craft store that I go to. You guys, they were $50 off. I got these, there's 36 of them for $29.99. So I thought that was a good deal. And I'm not an artist, but I'm like, hey, I think that must be a pretty good deal, right? So yeah. Hey, Sandra. So these are the colors of the colored pencils. So lots of variety there, which I was like, that's so cool, Well, then the guy at the art store talked me into, these were sold individually and they're kind of cool. They are, I'll show them to you. Give me just a second. I got a jar full of some things. These are Derwent ink tints. Okay. And so what's cool about these, they're not watercolor. However, I believe they kind of activate with water. And so that's kind of cool. Anyways, really pretty colors. So I grabbed these. Of course, you had to buy them separately. They weren't like in a pack. And then I just needed some black liners and, that sort of thing. So anyway, the whole point is, you really only need a pencil and some paper. And I think I'm going to do alcohol marker tonight. So I just wanted to show you what a great deal, what a great deal I got on that thing. So yeah, you can use any pencil. You can just use a regular school, pencil or whatever. I'm not an artist, Oh, I did find this in the craft section at that art store I was telling you about. They also have some paper crafting stuff. So who is this by? Prima. This is by Prima, you guys. Look at these metallic watercolors. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh my gosh, they're so yummy. So I did get those. I was happy to find, there was only one of them. So I was like, all right, I'll take them. And then this is just my little tub of goodness of stuff that I use. So I'm just going to pull out, size is this 5 and 8. Okay. I'm just going to pull out a couple things. So yeah, this isn't really crafting. It's more just drawing, but that is paper crafting, right? So now, since I know I'm going to use alcohol markers, so I got to say, I got this at Tuesday morning a long time ago. I think I picked up a couple of them and it's kind of nice because it's thicker marker paper, because some of them I've seen have been really thin. It's like weird, right? So I could certainly use that. I could use any type of mixed media. I have both the tan, which is kind of fun, or the white. And then I bought, let's see, that's watercolor. I don't want that. I bought these yesterday, the Bristol. I was thinking it was the smooth, but it was the vellum surface, which really is not for alcohol markers. So I was like, man, I bought the wrong one. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Marcy. Hey, Debbie. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I missed you. But I was looking through my stuff, and guess what? I do have the smooth surface. Yay! It's just that it's much larger, so I'll try. Either that or I could use mixed media. Because I mean, this is going to be pretty big. You know what? I'm going to use mixed media. I'll do that. Something else with that one. So I'm just going to use regular old mixed media paper, but you could use any paper you want, right? As long as, as long as you're okay with using your alcohol markers. Cardstock actually would be really good. Some heavy duty cardstock, right? So yeah. Hey, Denise. So yeah, we're just going to use a piece of mixed media paper. I would use that Bristol Smooth, but it's so large. I don't have this size, so it would just take a lot of room, right? So we'll just try this. Denise, I was explaining, I am not an artist. I just keep practicing and learning, mainly from Karen Campbell, but from a lot of artists, Art a la carte. There's so many to name. And you guys, I don't know, it's super relaxing for me to watch these people go, you know what I mean? But so I just mess around. Denise is actually an artist, not me, but it is a lot of fun. All right, so we're gonna draw a girl, I guess. And the other thing about this is too, even if you don't draw, like if you were to stamp, it's using the alcohol markers. I mean, it all kind of goes together, right? I mean, you could, on the front of a card, draw in color or stamp in color, all that stuff. What part of the face do I start with? Well, I'll show you. Hi, Debbie. So Lauren, this, please don't laugh at me. This is what I go with based off all these videos I've been watching. So I'm going to do a front facing, but I'm going to have her head kind of tilted. Let me show you an example really quick so you know where I'm going towards. So like this one I did today. Okay, so her head is tilted, but it's still face forward facing. It's not like this one is like 3/4 port profile type. Okay, so I'm going to start with the head, and I'm just going to do an oval, but I'm going to do my oval like this way because I'm going to have it tilted. So I always have to think about like, I have no idea what kind of hair I'm going to do. So I just draw very loosely a huge amount of circles like that. Ooh, it's going to be hard to see. I'm hoping this blue, I'll kind of draw it a little bit. It'll darken up when I go, if that makes sense, I feel like I should say good morning since I only got, Denise. Okay, so I'm going to turn my paper this way as if this oval is looking right at me, and I'm going to dissect it. So I'm going to dissect it straight in the middle. I mean, I don't do perfect lines. And then I'm going to dissect this in half. You guys, this is so much fun. I really hope you try this. You got to go watch Karen Campbell. This is where I learned this from. And then from this piece to the end, you're going to dissect that in half. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then from here to the end, you dissect this one in half. Okay. And then this just gives you, wow, her face is really going to be tilted. This just gives you an idea of like where you put the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Okay. And the ears always go between these two. So it just gives you, these are called guidelines. You know what I mean? I'm not good either. Trust me. The redhead one looks like you. But I just keep doing them. And so does Denise. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. You know what? I think she's tilted too much. So, oh, by the way, so I got to redo that. I'm using, it's called Color Erase. I love these pencils. Instead of using graphite, because like, I'll show you. I mean, you can, like I said, you can just use like a school pencil, a number 2 or whatever they are. Here's like graphite where it goes from hard to soft lead, and what happens is I love them, but they can kind of smear on me a little bit. So these Color E's are made by Prismacolor, but they erase, so they're erasable, so you can sketch with them. And then notice I can erase, so I can sketch, and then because after I get my sketch down and I line it out with like black ink, I'll erase the pencil marks. So there's different colors of these so that it's not just black and it doesn't smear. I hope that makes sense anyway. All right, we're going to try again with the oval. Bear with me, people. God, if there's some artist that finds this video, they're going to be like, what the heck? All right, so that's not leaning too bad. All right, so again, I'm going to just dissect this in half and then dissect it this way in half. I'm going to turn my paper just slightly here. And then again in half, and then again in half. Okay. All right. So now I don't know what line is going to actually be my head. I know it's hard to see, but it'll come together. I'll find a line that I like, you know, that I'll make it more dark and it'll become the actual head. I probably want to go a little bit wider. So I'm just playing around with drawing a circle, an oval, like an egg. Then they are not. I know, Denise, I was just teasing, but you know, actually, every artist I've watched on YouTube have all been tremendously like, everyone can do it. You just need to like really positive, you know. I'm just embarrassed, and I just want you guys to know I'm being extremely vulnerable right now, for real, because I can't believe I'm even doing this. So I'm gonna just draw a little oval here. It's gonna look like an alien. And then I'm going to draw one to the right and one to the left. Isn't that funny? It's going to look like a three-eyed something, something right there. Isn't that cute? There we go. We're done. And hey, Stacy. So this is just a guide. It's about one for whimsical girl. This isn't real people realism. What I learned, again, I just want to credit all the artists that I watch out there. What I learned is you do one eye here, and then that's the separator between the two eyes. Okay. And that kind of gives you a good guideline. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these extra oval lines because they're kind of going to get in my way a little bit here. Okay. All right. So then my nose is going to go down here somewhere. Okay. And then my mouth, I'm just going to do two circles and then like a kind of oval there to indicate the mouth. Okay. It does make me courageous because really, I'm like, oh my God, I put myself out there. Oh, it's okay, Amy. Hi. Oh gosh, those teenage years, I'm telling you what. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to start with the eyes. So anyways, Lauren, that's what I start with is basically the actual egg shape to get your head. All right, so on the eyes, I'm going to kind of lay down a diagonal like that on both sides. Okay, and then you can make your eyes however you want. It's just practice of doing whatever you'd like, right? So there's a little tear duct, which is kind of like a little V right there, and then you just kind of figure out what line you want to use to complete it out. Okay. So I'm going to make this much darker so you can see it, hopefully. So hopefully you can see that. Now, it's still going to look funny. It's going to look like an alien for quite a while. And then we're going to hope that it looks better later. Hey, Barbara, I'm good. How are you? So now the thing is, I definitely want to try to match this eye as much as possible, right? You know, there's my tear duct. And sometimes what I do, and I come up with this because it's hard for me, is I definitely want to kind of make sure my top is right around the same as the other one, and my bottom lid. Mine are never perfect, not even remotely close, but there you go. So now I've got two crazy looking eyes, like crazy looking. Oh, I'm drawing like a whimsical girl like this. And that's what she looks like so far. Okay, so the nose, what I do is I just do like a parentheses, but going that way, you know, literally, I just drew a parentheses. And then I do an upside down parentheses and another upside down parentheses. So it's just like a curly Q thing. You know what? Let me get a different piece of paper so that I can show you a little bit closer up on what I'm talking about here. Um, so make this much darker. Boom, 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 boom. So remember I said the nose goes right here. Here's your eyes. I literally do a parentheses this way and then this way and then out that way. So it looks like a really flat, kind of like a flat S or like a flattened out M, I guess. And then I do a parentheses like this and one like that. And voila, you got your nose. Okay. So it's really easy. Like I was always like, oh my God, I can't draw a nose. Because really what happens is you don't draw the bridge. That all comes about with shading. It takes form. You know, this is just stuff I've learned, okay? I'm just going off of what I've learned on YouTube. We can have a third eye. Absolutely. There you go. It's right there. Okay. So that's how I'm doing the nose. But I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways, you know, you can do all sorts of things. Then for the lips, the way I do it, since I have this circle here and this circle, remember this long, big oval there, is I basically just roll over the top of these two circles. And then I just go shoot down and like that. And then I can, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. So this is like the top of the upper lip. And then these two balls right here, like where that meets the oval, I do a little very flat U or upside down or sideways parentheses, whatever. And then I take a line and connect out to there to form. Now that's the top lip. That's how I do it anyway. Well, thank you, Debbie. I've learned it all online on YouTube. Did you see though? It's like parenthesis, parenthesis, boom, bada bing, you're done. Okay, now you can make a very narrow bottom lip, or if you want to be dramatic, like these whimsical girls, I just do like another parentheses down here to indicate my bottom lip. Now you could join it up if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And now what I'm going to do is erase the third eye. Some of these lines that we don't need. And I'm gonna go through and kind of shape a little bit more. So we've got that, it looks like an egg head, you know, and I know it's hard to see. Hopefully you can kind of see it. Well, first what I'm gonna do is put the neck in so that we know where's this neck coming from. So your ear would go like right here, okay? So it's gonna kind of come from the bottom of that ear and out, and then over here and out. And it's whimsical. You can make it thick, wide, curvy, whatever type of neck you want. Okay. So a lot of times I'll sketch in the neck, but I'm always erasing and having to resketch it, but just to give me an idea. And then like, look how, her face, I'm chubby, so that's totally cool. But if you want to have like however you want your face to be formed, you know what I mean? So I try to go in here on both sides because, see how far am I away? Because if you think about it, and I'm going to have to narrow that up. We have that little kind of a little indent, right? Our temples or whatever they're called right there. And then what I'm going to do from here is bring this down. But then I want to do this over here. Now I could do it thinner inside and have like a really narrow face. I could do it further out. I can make it further out. It's just whatever shape you want. And all you're doing is connecting dots from that whatever temple indent down to where your chin is, right? So you just kind of, you can make it go out and then back in to have her kind of have a cute little cheek out there, So I just play around, and then you could have a pointy chin, a rounded chin, whatever type of chin you like. Does that make sense? And then I just redraw that neck in. Chubby faces portray younger. Yeah, they do. Actually, I was watching an artist about like babies and stuff. They're so cute to draw, but yeah, you're right. They do. Oh, well, hi, my crafty sides. Oh, no, you're not too late. Not at all. Okay, so anyways, whatever type of You like all of mine look different. Okay. Like here's hers. Hers does look younger, doesn't it? Look like a younger person because it's out more so cute, it's a bigger face. So you just play around with the lines and whatever you want. And trust me, I try to draw every day. It's a good stress reliever. I'm not an artist, disclaimer again. Um, and yeah, so I've just played around to kind of every one of these looks different every time. All right, so now I'm just gonna kind of continue up here to get the top of my head in there. All right. So now for the eyes. So this is what I was taught. Let me pull my scratch piece of paper. Okay, so you've got your, just gonna make it kind of bigger. Hopefully you can see that. It's your tear deck. Okay, so the eyeball, the actual, what is it called? The iris, okay, which is a circle. We don't see the full iris when we're looking at each other. So really what it's supposed to be is like you draw the circle like this, okay? And then you erase what's on the bottom and on the top above the eye that you drew. Okay, so it's like that. Now there's different ways. So you can do it like that, where it's basically kind of like those parentheses again. And you got it like this. And then you can draw a lid to go with it, however you want to do your lid. Okay. And then you would have your pupil like that. Or what you could do is, so just kind of get a little bit of a eye shape. I'm not very good at this, but I'm giving it my go. What you could do is like only cut off the top, but you could have the bottom. So like if you envision a circle, but it's touching the bottom down here, maybe it would be like trying to do this like that. Okay. So then you would erase that top part. And I like this better than this personally. I just think it's whimsical and cute. And then of course you can put your pupil in and, put your, do whatever. We'll work on eyes. But I just wanted to show that part of the actual iris, and that's the colored part of your eye. I'm good. How are you? Oh God, you guys, I'm burning up. It's so freaking hot here. I'm telling you what. All right, so I'm gonna do where it's more cut off on the top than it is on the bottom, but I'm also gonna have her looking this way, if you can follow my hand. So I'm really gonna have it kind of cut. I'll show you. My circle would technically be going this way. So hopefully you can see that right here, because I'm going to have her looking over there. So I need to do the same thing over here. And this eye is not matching at all. Just pick something up. Let me kind of try to fix this. I don't know if that's any better, but kind of slopes down more. Anyway, so if I were to draw a circle, it would look something like that. Okay, it's a little lopsided. I'm going to have to do some surgery there, but do you get my point? So now you want it to go the same direction, unless you want her to be cross-eyed, then you could draw that. You know what I mean? Oh, is it Debbie? Oh my God, you guys, I'm dying. I'm like sweating. 101. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the beginning of the eye. Then, I've seen a lot of cute artists. They'll do like inside the, I'm just making this real quick, but inside the iris, they'll do like a moon shape or something, or just cute little things. I'm going to just do a normal pupil and then I'll put some shine on it, but I don't do that till the end because I don't sketch it in with the pencil. I'll show you what I do when I get to that point. Okay. So now it'd be nice for her to have some eyebrows, right? So what I do is go up from these tear ducts, just up a ways, and try to do the same over here and make sure you're kind of matchy. And then you can do whatever you want for eyebrows. You can make them, you can make them really stern looking, like she's mad or happy or whatever. 112 in Phoenix. Oh, it's 70, but humid. See, we're really humid here too. And with the humidity, apparently it feels like it's 100 and something. It's ridiculous. It's just like, I guess the whole country's getting a heat wave, huh? Oh, it's not quite that hot there. Denise. Okay, so then I'm just gonna do kind of like that type of an eyebrow, okay? And I always have to turn my paper, sorry, but to get myself in the right position. I always have a hard time doing the left side too. And the other thing I struggle with a lot, right? Let's be real, but um is matching things up, you know? But you know what? Nobody's face is absolutely perfect, right? So who cares? And besides that, I'm not an artist and I'm just having fun. Okay, so I am going to go around and just kind of erase out some of these extra lines a little bit and get her shaped up a little bit more. Okay, so there's that. I don't know if I like her neck. I think I'm going to try to redo that neck. But she's kind of coming together. She still looks like, thanks, Marcy. She is kind of taking shape, but she still looks like a mess. Now, your ears go between your nose and your eye. Like I would literally put the ear somewhere like that. I'm not good at ears. I'm just going to cover it up with hair. So there you go. Not going to draw that in. Not even going to mess with it. Okay, that's her neck. Okay. All right, there we go. Now let's figure out what type of hair we want. I am terrible at drawing hair. Like I'm really bad. And I just keep practicing to think maybe someday I'll get better. Oh, I know. Isn't that funny? My crunchy stuff. I know. I don't know. It's so hard for me to get them equal. Okay. So what I was taught is you first want to find where your part's going to be, the part, you want it in the middle, the side, wherever, right? And I'm going to think about how I'm trying to envision, first of all, what hair I'm going to do, but how I want it to somewhat flow. And I think what I want to do is something similar, but hopefully do it better this time, to what I did earlier today, where I had the part here, so it kind of flowed down, right? But I was trying to make it so like you thought, oh, it's going behind her neck, and then it's all coming over here, but this ended up being a blob and looks terrible. So, but I think that's what I'm going to try to do on this one. Oh my God, I'm seriously fanning myself. It's so hot. I have not been in Alabama. Isn't that funny? Hi, Christy. How are you? I was just talking about alcohol markers and everything. Where have I been? Well, let's see. This week was kind of busy with work, just because it's end of second quarter for us, and I just had a lot of that going on, and then family, family stuff. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna. Oh, well, thank you, because she's bald right now, which bald is beautiful, right? But I'm going to put the part here, okay? And one thing I've learned is you never want your hair to be on your top of your head, like right on it. Hair has volume, so you'll bring it up and over, and then you'll also bring it into the face, okay? So you don't want it stuck right there. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to start with her part here. And I'm going to do some bangs that go like that, okay? So see, I am covering up. All this will be erased, and I'll show you in a minute. And then this side, I'm going to do like that. I'm just going with it. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then what you'll do is you're going to go above this line that we made for her head and do her hair above it. It has to have volume. See, I ran out of space. So it could be crazy like that. We could do something a little bit less crazy, but the point is, oops, it has to be above her head. So I'm not going to go that what's the word? Voluminous. But I will have to give her some volume. So we'll just kind of start off like that. Like that. So that so far is just very basic, right? But once I erase all this, you're going to see how it will come a little bit more together, looking like hair. Hopefully you can tell. So see, now she kind of starts to look a little bit more because we've erased out the parts you wouldn't see because her hair is covering it. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't draw a straight line either. I'm telling you, I am not. I just got addicted to it watching YouTube videos, and it's just something fun to do. I meant the one with the purple hair. Oh, I missed that. Oh, the purple hair one. Yeah. She was fun. I did her today. You're trying to draw with me. Oh, hey, I just keep going and going and going. That's what I was saying, like the Energized Bunny. I just keep drawing. Because I really don't know what I'm doing. So that's her so far. So yeah, she's looking good. Now we probably want to give her some eyelids. And you could do really dainty, small. You could do dramatic. I think I'm going to kind of do a little bit like halfway. And you could also do kind of squared off, whatever you think looks good. So now I'm going to want to do the same dang eyelid over here. And this is where I struggle. Denise, do you struggle with that? Trying to get them to match up? I really do. That should be more of an angle. And then it would come down here. I do. I struggle with trying to make things. Aw. What kind of eraser are you? Okay, so this I love. I need to get another one. I love this eraser. It's either, I think it's called the Invisible Eraser. I'll have to find the link and put it on my Amazon links because I love it so much. It works really, really good. And it was cheap, but I like it a lot more than, as an example, oh, I don't have any in here, but like the Pentel white ones. This one's really good. And then this is a kneaded eraser, which you don't, at least I don't think, like, I don't use it to like erase. It's kind of like picking up extra graphite or lead or whatever, so it's not so dark, if that makes sense. So that's what this one is. But this I love this eraser so much. So I'll try to remember to find it in my Amazon stuff and link it. I don't know if I like that far in. Kind of loosen that up a little bit. Okay, so now there we go. Now it's going to get really hard for me because I'm not very good at hair. But I think what I'm going to do is bring some hair around, and I want it to go over her shoulder. Like if her shoulder were here, the hair is going over, if that makes sense. Yeah, eyes are hard to get matched, aren't they? Oh, Stacy. So, all I can say is I'm really super bad at hair, right? So, I'm just going to try to make some chunks. So you could either do, for example, I did it this way because I saw Karen Campbell where she chunked it out more and it made it easier for like coloring and stuff. Because I'm not good at hair. This one, I kind of just put the shape in. I mean, it looks like a kindergartner did it, but then I just, use some markers or whatever it is I did. This one, which is for Denise, was watercolor, and that was fun to work with. And I do like how the ponytails turned out, but I don't know if I can do ponytails again. I don't know. I mean, it's just, and like this one, see, I'm just really not good at it. That's why I keep practicing. Like this one, I was trying to get like a ponytail that's low, I don't know. I just keep trying, but you can do whatever you want. It can just be whatever it is, right? Oh, yes, Denise, I just forgot what they're called. The kneaded eraser, I think is what you're talking about, right? Okay. So I'm trying to like figure out, you know, some things here and I don't know. I'm just whatever. We'll figure it. We're just gonna go with it. So then what I would do, and I am gonna just kind of pull up a little bit of this where it's a little bit darker. I'm gonna ink this up. And one thing that I'll talk to you a little bit about my art journey, which isn't very long, and however, let me point some things out. Where is my okay? So these are just like black liner pens, and they come in like different sizes. So I'll show you those in a minute. But what I love using is a Sharpie. And then I also absolutely love this Sharpie. This is also a Sharpie, but it's, a fine liner Sharpie. I'm trying to think if there's anything. That's typically, yeah, what I would use. So they're different. Let me get my paper back again to show you. So obviously and there's bigger Sharpies, but this is a fine point. There's the nib. You guys have seen these type, right? So it's like that. And then this Sharpie, I thought it would have a size or something, but the pen doesn't show a size, but it's like that. And then these microns, you can get them in all different sizes. So for example, this is a 0.05, so it's very, very thin. And then this is a 0.08, so it's going to be thicker. See the difference? And so one thing that I joined the Awesome Art School by Karen Campbell, and it's really fun. And like one thing you learn is it's basically doodling, but with like patterns. I think there's a name for it. Zandagling or something. I don't know. Zagdagling. I don't know. But it's like when you would doodle. So like, for example, if you, let's say you were just doing something like this and, you went like that, you went like that. You're doodling. And then in each one, let's say in this one, you're going to do circles, and just fill the whole. So it's doodling with patterns, basically. And apparently it's called Zagdling, or I don't even know the dang name, but it's some weird name, but it's doodling with patterns. And then, but what you learn from it, okay, so like there's that. And let's say this one, I'm going to do stripes. I think you get the idea. We all did this probably in school, right? You doodle and do different things. I think it's Zendagling, like, or Zedagling. I don't know. There might be different. I don't know. Maybe that's what they call. I have no idea. So anyway, so you doodle. But then what you do is like it's like teaching you to, well, maybe you want this line is going to be heavier. So it's called a line weight, right? And maybe this line is going to be heavier. So that's a line weight. But we'll keep this line the same. And my whole reason of telling you that is when I'm not very good at that. I just kind of started playing around with that. So when I go into ink this up or trace over my blue lines with the black. Bye, Cheryl. Oh, New York City. Oh, yay. Have a safe trip. What's kind of cool when you watch artists is it's called line art, and it's amazing because they'll have thick and thin and little, and it just looks unbelievable, right? So I'm not there, but I was just trying to explain that's a really cool thing. So I'm gonna use the 0.8 to start off with. And all I'm doing is tracing, right? What I've already drawn in. But I will tell you this, I make a lot of mistakes, even when I'm tracing, and I'm like, dang it, because that's pen. You can't erase that, right? So whatever. It's not like these are going anywhere special. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just inking in what I sketched. And then once I'm done with this, what I'll do is erase all those lines, the pencil lines. So I do need to switch my paper back and forth a little bit. So sorry if I'm not fully talking right now. I'm just trying to, I have to concentrate. I will totally mess it up. I'm trying to go a little fast, but I'm not very good at that. Okay. And I know her eyebrow is going to be somewhere like that. This one's going to be like that. So we pretty much got the face in. Now it's the hair. Sorry, I'm missing comments. Oh, Jackie and Angela. Hey. Oh, I don't either. I'm just going off of what I've learned off of you. You know, YouTube's amazing, isn't it? That's where you can learn anything. I could learn how to change the oil in my car. I can literally learn anything off of YouTube, I think. And I was saying earlier, I honestly, I don't know how to draw really, but what's really fun is being able to use all our mediums, our alcohol markers, our watercolors, and things like that. But you could stamp, you know, but it's relaxing to me. And so I enjoy doing it. I know Denise does a lot of it too. She's really talented. So she hasn't posted like on her Instagram. Um, I do occasionally post mine, but I don't know. The fact that I'm even on here right now drawing in front of you guys is kind of an amazing thing. 'Cause, you know. Okay. She's looking so cute though, kinda, huh? I don't know what I got going on over here. I'm just gonna consider that the back of her hair, I guess. Because I don't know what's happening over there. I have some pencil lines in. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Now notice I've done everything, it's flat. I've done everything in this same size inking, right? But ooh, that looked like it's huh. But if I darken up some other lines, you'll see that there's a little bit of contrast that'll happen with that. I'm not very good at that, but you know, I'm learning that. So now I want to make sure my ink is dry before I go erasing because I don't want to like smear everything. Hey, Angela. And I'm fanning myself because it's so freaking hot. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, so now I'm going to go through. I did get some ink or something there. That's all right. And just erase all of my pencil lines. And then it's basically like coloring in a coloring book, right? With markers or colored pencils. I'm using mixed media paper, so you know, you can do a lot of different things in this on this paper. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through erasing, trying to get rid of all the blue lines. This is actually, well, I enjoy the drawing process a lot, actually, but this is fun too, because then you can start deciding like colors. Now I haven't put eyelashes or anything yet in, but you know, oh, thank you, Angela. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I got there. That's okay. That's going to be shaded in darker. One thing I did learn recently, so like the hair that's kind of, you know, behind her neck or to the side right there, like that. If you want it to be set back, you do it darker, and the ones up front you would do lighter. I did learn that recently. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so let's pick out some skin tones. Probably shouldn't be using alcohol markers on this, but well, actually, let me get a. I got my. I got several. I think I put my pastels in the other room. Dang it! But I do have the Ohuhu out here. I told you I got addicted to them now. That which ones are these? Studio 71. Okay, so skin colors. Here's what I was saying. When I went to the art store yesterday, I was so upset because I was hoping they had better skin color choices. So like I don't that's really orange. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what I used. I wrote it down. Give me a second. I know I wrote down the 3 colors I used on my last one that I thought turned out okay. Where did I write that down at? You guys want to see something funny? This was a mermaid I was trying to draw. And I was like, I'll forget that. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta find the thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, I found it. I was swatching some stuff out earlier, and that's why I didn't want to have to go through that whole process again if I didn't. I'm not very good. I'm really bad at coloring. And I was thinking today, I started to think back and I'm like, you know what? I always went outside the lines when I was a kid. I really wasn't the best color. I always wanted to be a good color, but I was really not the best color. And I was totally thinking about that today. Isn't that funny? Okay, uno momento. Oops. Sorry, someone's trying to give me 1 second. Oh, goodness gracious. So I was doing some swatching and trying to figure out because I think I want to order like a skin tone pack of some type. And I think Denise, don't you have that? I don't know if you have Copics or what you have, but I could have swore that you had like a skin tone pack. Or was that with your watercolors? I don't know. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Hmm. So yeah, okay. So Chrissy sent me amazing Spectrum Noir pastels, which I did swatch these out, and they're really beautiful. Aren't those gorgeous colors? So those are fun to use too. But those are in the other room. I should have grabbed those, but here's what I grabbed right here. So I had already tried this. It's not the best skin color match, but or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. I just want to get one of those packs where it has I'm not good at matching skin tones is my whole thing, but it's what I used for this one, and I think it turned out halfway decent. You know what I mean? Yes, Misty. I know. And that's what I was saying. When the art store I went to was just a little local store, they only sold these individual and they were out of a lot of colors. I want to actually buy like the kit, like you're saying, the like the skin tones that come together, you know? So I know, Stacey. I was lucky to get Spectrum Noir markers from Christy, but then I also had the basic ones too, or whatever, you know. Ooh, Carpe Diem has a set of color skin Copics. Ooh, on sale. I like coloring things wrong. Well, like I've done green faces, skins, you know. This lady has a gray. I love doing gray faces. That's kind of fun too. Do you guys want to do gray? A gray face? Or do you want to do like what I was doing on this girl? What color face do we want to do? We could do blue. I don't care. Trying to think what other. I know I made a green face the other day. Richie was laughing at me because she looked like an alien. Anyway, so this one was, see, I have Copic Sketch, Ohuhu, and Copic Sketch. Okay, here's what it was. It was YR00, and then from Ohuhu, YR4. See what I mean? I had to pull from all over the place. And then E33 is right there. So that's, I know that these three work okay together. So we could do that. Watercolor pencils, yeah, and watercolor. But I have watercolor paper, but I was using the alcohol markers today. Yeah. Enabler alert. I'm totally fanning myself, you guys, because I'm like sweating. Do these three. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. So it goes in this order. All right. So I am going to start with the neck down. Ooh, I noticed I still have a little bit of blue pencil. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start in with the neck. I'm telling you what, these Copics, ooh la la, they are nice. You know, I always heard, because I'm telling you, these are the first ones I've ever had, these sketch markers. I just got them yesterday. And, you know, I see people, you know, doing their comparisons with different alcohol markers and stuff and all that. And they're like, oh, but it just doesn't compare. No, it doesn't. They're so nice. Now, the only thing, like this one, it's a little disappointing. I haven't used it all that much, and it's already feeling like it's not as juicy. I literally just got it yesterday at a reputable store, by the way, like a local, really nice art store. So I don't know. I'm going to try the chisel for the bigger parts of her face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down this color all the way through. And then I'm going to start doing the first layer of the shading with this. And then I'll do the third layer with that. Just like people do with stamping and coloring and all that, which, by the way, there are some crafters out there, probably a lot of you, that it's unbelievable how they can color with their alcohol markers. It's amazing to me. Are they on sale? Do you want the answer to be yes? I want them to be yes. The fine point nibs. Oh, right. Like the regular. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Misty. I've already started, Denise. I'm gonna go with this for now. Maybe I'll do a pink skin girl or blue later. Yeah, what am I doing? I was gonna do the chisel for a while, kind of lay down, since I'm doing quite a bit of color. Now, one thing to remember when you you know, the ink you used. Oops, I don't mean to go into her lips. Um, Outlining, you know, your drawing. So I used Sharpie, which is alcohol based. I don't know what micron is though. Actually, no, I didn't. I used micron. But you want to be a little careful. It shouldn't. I don't think these smear with the markers, but I'm not positive. So I try to stay within the lines if at all possible. It doesn't always work out that way for me. She's gonna be pretty. Yeah, I'm a little upset that this marker's not as juicy. Look at that. I think it should be, huh. I mean, I know you can get refills, but you guys, I literally just got this yesterday. I mean, I did use it, but you'd think it would last more than one drawing, right? Yes, blue makes me think of the Avatar also. I will give her red lips. Absolutely. Hi, Mark. How are you? Are you an artist? Because I'm not. Just letting you know. So anyways, yeah, I'm kind of irritated with this marker. I don't know. It seems kind of dry to me, but that's okay, because what we're going to do is, again, we're going to layer on those other ones. You know, we're just going to have to make it work. It just seems weird that kind of irritates me. Yeah. Oh, well. Look at how streaky that is. I loved that movie, by the way. Avatar. I thought that was a good movie. Just coloring right over. Now, if I were going to leave white as highlights, you know, you'd want to be careful and make sure to do that around the nose and certain areas where you'd want it, a highlight. But because this is my lightest color, and then I usually go in with a water-based Sharpie paint pen to put little white highlights also. Yeah, kind of irritated with this marker. All right, so I'm going to go in with the next color. Now, this is Ohuhu. I love saying that. Ohuhu. So I'm going to pretend that the light is coming from up here and going down that way, right? So this part of her face is going to be not as many shadows because the light's hitting it, if that makes sense, right? So because of that, I'm going to do a lot more shading over on this side. Their price is ridiculous, Stacy. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, so you're gonna have, I'm not an artist, so I really can't totally tell you how to shade. All I can tell you is what I've learned from watching people that are artists. And if you understand where that light source is coming from, and her head is kind of tilted, this is all going to be darker, right? So that's what I'm going off of. And like anywhere, like underneath her hairline, there's a shadow there. So that's kind of what I'm going off of. And I'm sure I'm not right. And definitely down here on her neck. Made our video. How are you? I'm good. Mark, do you do videos? Are you an artist? Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to shade down, because your chin is going to cast shadow like on your neck and stuff. So, and then under your lip a lot. Under your nose, definitely. Now you can draw that little divot thing, between your nose and your lips. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Now the nose, remember we drew just like these little parenthesis things. Um, you and I was saying you basically get the shape of the nose, like the bridge of the nose, by shading. So when you start going in and going up like this and doing some shading, you're going to start forming that nose a little bit. I hope that makes sense. Now mine doesn't usually form very well, but if you watch like a artist, so yeah. So we're just gonna go with that. I'm gonna put a little bit of shading over here, kind of under her hair. You are Copa coloring right now, Tasha. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm just continuing to kind of shade under her hairline. I am gonna shade a little bit over on this side, but not nearly as much as I did over there. But you can kind of go up like that. See, you're gonna kind of pop the nose out a little bit by doing that shading. I hope that made sense. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is go back to my original. And I'm just gonna kind of try to blend that down. if this thing were juicier, it would make my life a lot easier. But I'm just gonna try to kind of blend that back in a little bit. It's looking really orangey. I think once I get the darker color, like the third shade in, maybe that'll bring it all together. We're hoping. We're hoping anyway. Okay. Then we're gonna do, you're not a fan of Copics, but then again, I don't do markers for faces. Why don't you don't ever do like alcohol markers or even water brush markers? I like using markers. I think they're fun, but I love watercolors too. But I'm not very good, and I'm just now starting out with watercolors. But the watercolor pencils you gave me are pastel, and I cannot wait to try those, Denise. You're so sweet. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so this darkest shade, and again, I'm just going off of what I learned. So now, like, you're going to do it in the same spots, but not as much. So I'll go a little bit less. I won't go all the way out like I did here, like around the eye and down here. So it just won't be as much because it's the darkest. Tasha, are you making cards, you said? And I really apologize if I'm not watching comments. I just gotta kind of focus for a minute up here on the shading. I'm just really not any good at it, but I try. I give it my best. I think that should probably be shaded a little bit. I don't know. Okay. Sea creatures. Oh, how cute. Like East Enders on TV. I'm sorry, I wasn't following your comment. I apologize. Now I do have some Spectrum Rars too, and I like them. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm going back to the, oh God, which one was it? The first one, YR00. And I'm gonna try do my best to blend this in. I didn't do very good actually over here. Let me go back over that. Yeah, so there you go. I don't know what I'm doing. All I can say is I try. I keep trying because, oh my God, I think it's so much fun. I didn't do very well here. Just went outside the lines like I was talking about. I always was the kid that went outside the dang lines. Okay. So far that's kind of looking like what it's looking like. Oh, I do want to try to blend this in a little bit more. And you can keep going over it and blending and all that jazz. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I do the eyes real quick here. So I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm gonna I need to make the pupil. So when you make the pupil, you want to make sure you put it in the same spot on both eyes, right? Oh, thank you. Okay, literally, hold on. I have to take my glasses off because it's like so hot in here. Why is it so hot in here? All right. Okay, so I just estimate, and guess what? Mine never look the same. They're supposed to, but yeah, never look the same. You want them to, though. That's the goal. We're just gonna go with it. It's close enough. Close enough. Oh, you do? You use the Brother Scan and Cut machine. That's cool, Mark. Now, I did hear that you can change nips, right, on your Spectrum Noirs. Oh, I definitely am gonna go. Oh, are you talking about Tasha? Yeah, I'll go watch her video. Tasha's so talented. All right, let me make sure that ink's a little dry. Woo. All right, and I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna do some green eyes. Um, where's my chart? I want to do GY4 and GY. Let's see, 2 and 3 will work. Okay, so now remember, um, the iris is the colored part, so you could just color it in, whatever. I'm gonna do these little green, spooky, looks like a wagon wheel, type thing. You know what I'm saying. And then I'm gonna take the darker green. I'm just using 2 different shades, and I'm gonna do some more kind of around it, a little more darker ones over in here. And then I'm going to take the first green. Oh, thank you. And I'm going to kind of just go over the whole thing and hope that that dark green will kind of show through a little bit. You could always add more, but maybe I should have gone with a lighter color to blend in. I probably should have gone with a different color to blend in. But there's that. And then the eyelids, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose a couple. Let me look at a couple colors here. BR1. Where's BR? Sorry, I'm just trying to find a marker here. BR1. And then I'll just do BR2. That's fine. Now you could do, or I could do a color, couldn't I? Nah, I'll just do it natural color. So I'm going to color in the lids like this natural. Which color did I do? BR2. Boy, I'm really not staying. I think I'm so nervous being on camera with this because this is not my normal niche. Because I totally just went inside the freaking lines. But that's okay because we're going to darken up her lines anyways around her eyes. So it's all good. And then I'm going to take this darker brown and I'm going to just kind of come in from the sides a little bit. See, because what happens is you want that highlight right here in the middle of her eyelid, if that makes sense. Now you can do this, you don't have to do that, I guess, but I like that look. Okay, and then I'm going to take my I'm going to thicken up this black line that's where her eyelid is and the iris, and just kind of thicken that up. And it'll stand out more, Plus, then you won't see that I totally colored outside the lines. Ta-da. And I love doing eyes. Like I could spend all night just working on an eye and like totally, working on it and just I don't know, they're fun. I like doing the eyes. They're my favorite, I think. Denise, are they your favorite too? Oops. Even when I make mistakes like that, I don't care. And so you can just keep, however you want darkening that line. But can you see, and it's getting dark, or, not as much natural light, but I think you can tell, hopefully you can tell the difference, that's much darker on that line. Well, thanks. Hi, Marlena. Thank you. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's relaxing. I usually am not in my craft room when I'm doing this. I'll be out in the other room. I'll be watching a movie, chilling, you know. Forgot to put that line in. And then we will do some, I guess, some red lipstick, right? Let's see, R4. I'm going to do R1 and R4, I guess, is what I'll do. If I can find it. Where's R1? I want R2 is too orangey. Hold on, let me find the right marker here. That's R4. Oh, I bet I left him in the other room. Okay, that's okay. We'll just pull from this one. That's okay. We'll just pick a couple other ones. Hi, how's it going, Norma Lisa? Ooh, I like R12. It's hard for me to see because I only have natural light in here. So I'm not sure if R11 and R12 will go very well. But we're going to try it. We're just going to go where it'll all be A-okay. So now I'm moving on to the Studio 71 markers. Ugh, their caps are hard to get off. Oh, yeah, look at those pretty fancy schmancy lips. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to have to use some. I kind of went out the lines again. Just use some black marker to fix that. Then I'm going to take the darker color. Yeah, I did a terrible job on that. That's one of the things, these Studio 71 markers, like that one wasn't, but oh, look what it just did. It just splattered ink. Well, I guess we have a splattered ink look now. Oh my God. Yippee. Anyway, I was going to make the top part a little darker, and then you always want to darken kind of around the corners of the mouth. This one got a little out of control. So I'll have to go in and fix it with like a black marker. And then now I would do the hair, which I would just color it in sections or do whatever. And I would probably do a fun color, pink, blue, purple, green, something like that. But I am running a little bit out of time, and I wanted to show you how to put the sparkles like in the eyes and stuff. Well, first what I do is I do also put just a little teeny pink going in there because that's like your little tear duct, which, oh, can you see? There you go. And then now you can use like a Posca pen. Here's my Posca pen that's open, which this is just a paint pen. This is white. This is a Sharpie paint white. I just have several different ones. They're just white paint pens. So, but you kind of do want them to be water-based. And then what you can just put some shine. Like, for example, I'm going to put a little dot there. Oh my God. Did you just? Oh my God. Are you? Oh. Well, there you go. Holy schmoly. Oh, that's freaking fantastic. I don't know why it did that. We'll try that again, even though it's all ruined now. I don't know what's happening with this one. Something's not working properly with that paint pen. Let's try the Posca. Much better. So I'm just going to put a couple little, and you'd want to put them in the same spot on both eyes. That was terrible. Did you guys see that? That's just so bad. And then you could put some little, highlights down here. Maybe kind of smush them. Maybe a little highlight up in here. And then definitely, right there, right there. You could do all kinds of things and then do some cute little dots. That's what Karen Campbell does. So you can like really dress it up. See, I hope you can see that. You know, just don't pay attention to all the paint that flew all over the dang place, but yeah. I know, totally because I'm doing it. Can you believe that? And I would stay and do the hair with you. Like, I don't even know what color hair I would be doing. That's sort of true. We'll just, we could, you know, I could do like a blue hair or something. And what I would do is I would definitely do this darker, the ones that are set back here, because it's kind of behind her neck, than I would like this. So I'd want to go even darker than this, like a darker blue. But that's all I would do is break these up into different sections. You could even break them into more. You know, you could do like something like that. So there's another section, you know, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? And then you could do different color. You could do whatever you want. Now, real artists do the hair and they make it look all awesome. I don't know how to do all that. So I just play. Like I said, this hair turned out to be a hot mess. I was liking it in the beginning, and then I ended up with that thing down there. So there she is. I know we didn't do the hair, but I hope you like her. And I totally missed a ton of comments because I really had to focus while my paint was flying all over the place and on my hands, and you know. Yes, don't forget, I'm doing an official video tomorrow on Mary Beth's MVP Club, which a lot of you already know about. So make sure to put that in the comments after this video uploads. But I'm going to do like an official video with all the details tomorrow so that, you know, everybody's in the know of that. And yeah, the white pen. It's a paint pen. Yeah, Marcy, it's a paint pen. It's a paint pen that blew up on me. Oh, girl, you don't want this one. I would gladly give you this one, but this one is probably going in the trash. There's paint, although you know what? Look how fun that is. We got red paint spilled, white paint all over the place. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, Mary Beth MVP, thank you. You will email me. I'll make you a better drawing, okay? My email's always at the bottom of my description box, like once this okay, I won't throw it out. That's what Denise always says. She's like, don't throw it in your mouth. And I don't, but you guys, I gotta tell you something. In one of my sketchbooks that isn't in here with me right now, I was looking back, and Denise, I bet you do this too. And I was actually kind of proud of myself because like I looked at one of the very first ones I did. Oh my God, it was a hot mess. But I'll tell you something. At the time, I was like, oh, you know, and it's amazing just in a month or two, like how much better you can get at it, you know, because I'm not an artist. I'm telling you, I'm not, you know. So yeah. Oh, Isabel, thank you. I know the eyes are a lot of fun, aren't they? I'll have to try to do some touching up, and I'll do some cool stuff in the hair for you. Oh, thank you. Crafts and Bargains. I like that name. Well, anyways, you guys, I didn't mean to keep you. Usually I try to stick to an hour. It's been like an hour and 25 minutes or so. But I really appreciate you hanging out with me. And sorry I've been a little MIA lately, but I will be back tomorrow. I have a whole list of videos to do. Denise is like my executive vice president of marketing. We joke about that because she helps me out all the time. And I've got a list of things I need to accomplish, but I will finish this hair tonight. I'm not proud of this one, but I'll be happy to give it to you if you really want it. So anyways, oh, I know. We just have fun. And you know what? It's not about being perfect. You're absolutely right. Yep. So yeah, my friend mail videos. I did do both of my friend mail videos, Denise. And thank you, honey, for your friend mail that you sent me. But I do need to do In Love Arts because they were kind enough to send me. Oh, I just put that away too. Some really cool dies, but I just need to cut them out for you guys because I want to show you. Like, they're really neat. And they gave me a coupon code. So I'm excited about that because I want you guys to be able to get like a discount, you know? So yeah, I'll sign it for you. Don't worry. Oh, thanks, Mark. Well, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it so much. All right, everybody, if you don't mind, give me a likes up. I'm going to let you go. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.